Hi friends, this is Becky Lewis in Central Indiana, and this evening I am bringing to you the pictures that I spoke about from my video from yesterday, and which is a follow-up video to the other videos I made starting on September the 30th and then October 1st and 2nd. Plus, I had a video of the pictures that I released at the same time as the live video. So, and then just yesterday, or was that earlier today? I've lost track of time. It was like, what? This says 22 hours ago. But anyway, so I'm doing the pictures from this video now. So, without further ado, friends, I would like to blow your mind. These are some amazing, astonishing pictures, friends. And I am not going to tell you what to believe or not believe or think they look like or don't think they look like. I'm just going to simply show you these pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and enlarge in its original shape. This was a snapshot. You can see the time date stamp on there. This was a snapshot from the camera versus a screen capture. So I just want to enlarge that and let you look at it as is before I show you the filters. Look at that. Look at all this, friends. And this beautiful, beautiful formation, which is the one I mentioned yesterday in my live video that I showed you a bit of the older video I did called The Flying Box and the Sun's Friend. Makes the same sort of a matrixed looking face. But just look at that, friends. Let's go next. Look at this. Is that beautiful? That is just absolutely gorgeous. Zoom in a little more. There we go. Just get you a better look. And friends, I know that to some people this looks like chemtrails, but bear with me. It's gonna blow your mind. But look at the matrixed type of face on that. That is the same thing I showed you yesterday in my video that I went to the live video capture from the road capture. It's that same kind of look. So to me, I feel like it could possibly be the same cluster of objects, because this, well, if it was this thing, it was with the thing I was calling the flying box, and which was a big looking object. So whatever you think of these things, friends, it's your personal view. I'm not going to tell you what you should be seeing or what I think I see. I just want to appreciate all these wonders and objects for what they are, friends. They are manifestations of these times that we live in, and they are the signs and wonders talked about in every religion and culture. Maybe not in those exact words, but we've been told of these phenomena in so many ways. This is beautiful. So here, the light got taken down all the way dark into high contrast monochrome. I just want to show you this part up close. Look at that. Look at this, friends. This might be too dark to see over here, but the parts in the light, look at this. What in the world? Just what in the world? There's like this ridge here. And look at all this texture. But to me, I mean, that doesn't look one single thing like a cloud, friends. Just not one single thing. It's kind of too dark to see this much in this particular shot, but still you can see it. Just absolutely beautiful, in my opinion. Next. Okay, this was from an object in the previous shot, I believe it was. Yes, this thing hanging down right here. Okay, this thing hanging down right here. Whoops, I guess that doesn't matter. Look at that, friends. Just what in the world do you think that that could be? I personally do not think it looks one iota like a cloud. Just not at all. Not any regular cloud that I have ever seen. So, I'm leaving it all up to you, friends, as to what you think it is, or what you think you see, or whatnot. It's not my place to judge these things. I'm just given them to present to you and to learn from myself. All these objects challenge our belief system no matter what one we've been trained in. Look at this, friends. This is where I had said in my first video that my camera has the ability to pick out, you know, whatever colors are in there. I can flip through the color, and if that color is in there, it'll pluck it out and choose only that color range right there. So that's what I did. I pulled out only the yellows, and then I enhanced it. It's kind of a yellow green. So, but just look at that, friends. That's just astonishing, whatever it is. But in my opinion, it certainly is no cloud. Not the kind that we're used to. Okay, moving on. This is... There you go. Wow. Is that crazy? I'm going to do just a little bit of contrast on that. Maybe a little mid-tone change. Go this way. It's a little bit blurry. But look at that, friends. That is just... It's just crazy looking. Whoops. That is just really bizarre looking, whatever it is. Just bizarre, but amazing, astonishing. Friends, we live in the most profound times ever on planet Earth, and we get to be here. What a blessing it is that we get to be the ones to be here for all of this. Please learn to try to appreciate these things instead of fearing every single thing. These are amazing, astonishing wonders for us to ponder, friends, and for us to be challenged by. And the cool thing about this system, whatever you want to call this system, or cluster of objects, or whatever we're going through, is that it challenges everyone differently. This system is different for everyone. We don't have to agree on what we think it is, friends. It just is. You do with it what works for you and what gets in your heart and spirit. I just think that is so incredibly beautiful. Just gets right deep inside of my spirit. Look at that astonishing beauty, friends. Look at that. So this was a picture I took myself with my camera, zoomed up. Goodness sake, that is just beautiful. Now check this out, friends. With the light pulled down out of it, you can see what this looks like. And to me, it almost looks like they're all like twisting together. Just a whole bunch of them twisting together. I mean, that doesn't mean that's what it's doing, but that's just what it looks like to me. And if that were any kind of a cloud, it certainly wouldn't be doing that. And since I was the one there taking the pictures, I know there was no crazy storm overhead that just maybe whipped something into some tiny little, excuse me, tornado, singular, whatever. You saw in the video what the sky looked like. That's just so beautiful. But look at, in here, it appears to be some kind of a something. I don't know what. Obviously, I have no way of knowing what these things are, friends. Just astonishing and moving. Here's the, oh, I love this shot. I love this shot so much. It's just so beautiful. Did I do a enhancement already? Hang on a minute. But friends, look at that. Just look at that overall scene. I mean, what could these things be? What could this? I mean, this whole thing right here, this whole thing is like, it's like taking up huge parts of the sky. Let me see if it is already enhanced. Yeah, maybe a little too much. Let me tone this down a little bit right here. Just beautiful. Look at that, my friends. Is that gorgeous? I mean, to me, that is just so beautiful. Look at that. Look at the detail in that. What could this possibly be, friends? I do not know. But whoops, look at that. Look at that. That just blows my mind. It's so crazy. You know, I'm sorry for those of you who think this is clouds, but I personally do not think that there is any possible way that these are just regular clouds. Look at that. I mean, just for real. Look at that, friends. And that is mind-blowing stuff right there. And it was right there in the sky over my head, and I had no idea. I wasn't even focused on that. My goodness. And here it is, enhanced with just the yellows I pulled out and then intensified just for contrast of the different bits. So this must have had just like extra yellow light on it over the other objects and things somehow. But just look at the detail in that. And what's with all those little marks and stuff? Anyway, next shot. Gotta get to the really cool stuff. Nice. Get that, friends. This is just where I pulled out the blues only. Interesting how much contrast there is in division in color and fine lines. Look, here's those objects up close. What appear to be objects to me, okay? I guess I should say that, what appear to be objects to me, whatever it looks like to you. And this is not meant to be scary, friends. Again, we're here to experience these days and these times. Be astonished, be amazed, be mind blown, be involved, and be aware. And remember what we're here for, to experience all this. There's a reason, friends. It's time to check the spirit and see what needs to be done. I mean, these are astonishing times we live in, and we don't know what kind of changes it's going to bring, but we do have a vote in the matter, a say, by how we behave and what we bring about by our own actions and thoughts. And the more you focus on all the negativity and fear stuff and all that, the more you bring those things about just by your own actions and personal decisions based on your beliefs of terrible, horrible things coming and going to happen, and all that. Look at this. Isn't that beautiful? Just look at the detail in that, whatever this thing is. Oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. Wow. Friends, check it out. Oh my gosh. Look at the detail. All the little tiny, well, nothing's tiny up here, obviously, but the detailed singular markings, and then that thing that just looks like a matrixed out, of course, but looks like some kind of a hand or foot or something to me. Just matrixing, because that's what we do as human beings. When things aren't familiar to us, we automatically try to associate it with whatever we think it looks like in order to make sense of it, friends. Because how do you make sense of that? Check this out. Check this object out. I have a picture of something almost exactly like that in my backyard that was bright yellow. Was on Art Bell's show for just a few minutes on that, and then Kevin Smith show, heard it and saw the pictures, and I was on a full Kevin Smith show. I'll have to show that to my husband. That is rather chilling. Almost exactly the same shape, minus that thing, but just this thing. And it was tilted just like that in my yard, only bright yellow. That is a trip. I'll have to show that to my husband. Wow. But anyway, friends, look at the detail in that. Does that look like any cloud you've ever seen? Or this up here? Seriously, does that look like a normal cloud to you? And it's not chemtrails either, in my opinion, especially when it has a repeat pattern look to it. But this thing is just mind-blowing, astonishing, whatever it is. And those cool things, too. It's all mind-blowing, friends. That's what it's here for. We gotta check our training at the door when dealing with these days. And just open your heart and spirit and see what it has to say. And let this unfold in your own life the way it's meant to for you. Okay? We can all and each have our own experience without being, so shunned by someone who has a different belief system. We've all been trained with a belief system, and it's hard to get over when you see this kind of stuff. It is for me. I mean, what kind of category of anything you've ever been taught in your life does that go in? Seriously, friends. What category of anything they've ever taught us covers this? just asking those pesky questions. Next. Whoops. Had a double jump there. Okay, so this was then another camera shot, excuse me, of the object still here over the sun. And that is the object I was filming. This is some close-ups of it under different filtering to show more detail of the different phases I went through. Here's another camera shot. And yes, it was this red because of sunset. So, and here comes some coolness too. This was a part of the other picture, just cropped. Here's the object down here that I'm calling a mega object. And look, and there's that thing still back behind it, like I captured in the first video when we caught it separating from the original object, and it's still back there, friends. But look how, excuse me, look how tiny that is compared to these other objects. Look at that. Whatever that is, friends, in my opinion, whoops, is not any kind of cloud that we have ever seen. And it certainly is nothing I have ever seen in my life. Just look at that. Is that amazing? And look how tiny this is in comparison. And I was viewing it as a mega object. I did not see these things up here. I was not looking. Lesson learned. Some crazy stuff. Look at that, friends. Just look at the detail in that. And note also the video that I showed you in the video yesterday that I went back to from June on the road travels. The pictures in that video also show these very same type of objects. I mean, whoops, wrong thing. Very same type of objects with the whole slanted, you know, layered thing. Just really mind-blowing stuff we get to see, friends. Look at that. Crazy. This was the thing that was down below the object in question for about the entire time that the object in question was there. This also did not go anywhere, even though the sun went down and all that stuff. But just look at the crazy look of that thing. Whatever it is, whatever kind of clouds those are, or whatever they are just so mind-blowing. I got a close-up of his head and filtered as well. Next. Got a lot of pictures to get through, friends. Whoops. That's just kind of a using the painter program or whatever in the camera. Look at all those different seemingly separate pieces in there. I mean, that's just bizarre looking, friends. Think of it what you will. We each see things differently. So, okay, this is a close-up of that, whatever that was. And then taking all the light down. Look at this. Just look at this, friends. And if you saw the live video, also where I showed it under filters, this object was also had, you know, sort of like pulsating and undulating, just moving, and had movement in it. Look at that. It's just very interesting, whatever it all is. Next. Check this out in high contrast monochrome. Is that crazy looking? Now it's got some pixelation in it from the other process that I used before I did the monochrome. The painting program gives it definition by picking out little things. Okay, so just watching the object change and morph here. Oh, let me go back and look. Still got this object at the back here, like I showed in the first and third video, and now, excuse me, and now this one, still there. Look at that, friends. These are just different filters picking out different details. And if you saw the first and second video and the third video, you can see that it has pretty much the same general basic structure and always has this object at the back of it. On the second capture, I didn't get that because I had it for less than 1 minute before it was obscured, so I didn't get to see much of it, but excuse me, it was enough to show me that it was definitely the object in question. And here we go with some advancement on that. Just look at the singular structure type of look there, whatever that is, friends. I do not know. You just have to make up your own mind what you think. Look at that. All that dustiness stuck to it, and or whatever it is, I do not know, but boy, is it fascinating. Just absolutely fascinating. See what I mean, though? Look how it's changed configuration so much, though, that it's got some sort of a head object more prevalent in this shot. That must be what was making the finger look, is the kind of dust clouds or whatever coming off of whatever that is, friends. I just do not know. I can't even hazard a guess at this stuff. Just crazy. That's the object at the back end of the object in question that's still doing its own thing, even though it's disconnected from the main body. But when you look under filters, especially like sketch, you can see it is actually still connected, either electrically or something. But isn't that cool? That is cool right there. That's the object that broke away. The one that got away, but it didn't leave. It's still sticking around and hanging on to whatever's out there. Here's the object still, and this thing underneath of it. Look at this under the low level light thing from my camera. That's just cool. And you can see the dark object in the center. Woo! Yeah. See, here we go. Just amazing. So, friends, I mean, in my personal opinion, there's no way this is a cloud. When you pay attention to what all the different factors are here, the repeat thing behind the object keeping pretty much the general same shape throughout 4 captures, the fact that it always has some kind of a core center that looks in appearance generally the same way, the fact that it's at the same time in the same place in the same back channel pretty much each capture. So there's a lot of things that in any court of law this would be considered just incredible evidence. Okay, so I'm just asking you to consider and ask yourself the question how any cloud would stay put for so long and then return to repeat its cycle of looking the same way and keeping the same cluster of cloud behind it and showing up as different patterns inside when I bring out different colors or temperatures or whatnot. So, and please also go watch part 1, 2, 3, and 4 if you haven't seen the videos regarding this object in my previous captures since September 30th, October 1st, and October 2nd. And now yesterday I posted the one from October 14th. So, moving on. Take this down to monochrome. Just get you a quick look at that. I really just want to hop through some of these because there's some astonishing pictures I want you to see. And we're getting closer. Wow, this is the paint program I used on the general sky. Look at the intensity and brightness of that object and that one, friends. All of it, really. The painting program pops out all these details. Look at that, is that crazy? You can still see that the dark object in the, or the dark center in the object in question, and its trailing part right here. Even from far away, friends, you know, zoomed out. I'd say that's pretty good evidence that it's not a cloud, especially when you watch how it, excuse me, how it behaves throughout the whole process of the video. Just some different shots and filters on them. Look at that. It doesn't look like any cloud I've ever seen, and all of a sudden all these clouds are polka dotted, for real. I've been doing cloud pictures and contrast and all that stuff for more than 3 years now, friends, and I can tell you the clouds never used to be polka dotted when I took down the light. Look at that. That is just amazing looking. Pretty cool. Just a few. Look at there. Once again, we have the object and the center difference and just the whole thing, friends. The evidence is stacked up in all the videos together. Each one has more and more, but this is just astonishing evidence as far as I'm concerned for something that's returning. I do not know what it is. I have no way of knowing, but whoever the data keepers are out there, I have the full videos of the entire capture, unedited, for anyone who's a true data researcher and needs that information. Excuse me. So moving on. Here we go. We're getting to the really freaky cool stuff, friends. Check this out. This is slightly enhanced from the original color because the original color was so intensely red that I had to go in and take out some red. So now it looks a little more, you know, just kind of strange looking, but it was just too intense to see, so I had to take some down. Whoops. I have the hardest time with this new computer thing, but I'm getting the hang of it slowly but surely. But look, here's my teeny weeny little mega object in this picture between this crazy scene. Now, friends, this is mind-blowing stuff right here. Excuse me. Look at this. I mean, look at this, friends. For real? That is just so crazy looking. And there's better shots ahead that are more defined and detailed, but just look at that. And then this over here. This is way more detailed in another shot, but that just blows my mind how tiny that thing is compared to the other objects up there. This is cool. This is, I believe, also toned down from the original extremely bright colors. But just look at that, friends. That's just so incredible. Look at that. What do you think that could be? I mean, what in the world do you think that could be? I'm turning down the light some. Look at the hazy fluff of stuff right there. That's really interesting. Turn down some. See what I mean though, friends? How much color is in there just by turning down the light. It's just so intensely red automatically. But look at that. That's almost like it's just some kind of hazy, different trail of whatever, friends. I do not know what to say to this. What do you say to this stuff? And that's crazy stuff right there. Look at all this. Look at all that, friends. This is what I said is a global shocker kind of pictures, and I don't mean it as in a scary way. I just mean, look what's in our skies. This is just absolutely mind-blowing. Look how teeny weeny that thing is compared. I mean, that's what's blowing my mind, because I was watching that thing so intently and thinking it was so huge. Look at the seeming object on the end of this seemingly twisted view of whatever this is, friends. I do not know what to say, because it's all just so incredible and unbelievable, practically. It's just really, it's really taking a lot of getting used to accept these things in the sky that I filmed myself with my own camera. I mean, that just, look at the detail in this, friends. Whoops, wrong way. Okay, take some color out of that. My goodness. What in the world, friends? Just what in the world? Oh, it's too dark to see all this here by the way I have it contrasted out, but whatever in the world that crazy stuff is, I do not know. But just look at that. Okay, moving on. I know I have several shots of the same objects, but I just want you to see the different details that different lighting brings out. I also know I need to hurry. Okay, so let me take down some brightness here. Wow. I do not have a single clue, friends. What do you think? I mean, this gets me how this top of this thing, well, I guess I zoomed in a little closer than I thought. But look at this hazy look here compared to everything else. That's just so mind-blowing. So, okay, well, moving on. A couple more shots of that. Look at this scene here, friends. Look at this scene. It almost looks like a painting or something. Whatever this whole crazy scene is, don't even know what to say about it. I'll go down with this instead. Just for heaven's sake, I just don't have any words for this stuff. And what in the world is that? That doesn't look like any bird. Who knows? Anything is possible these days anymore, friends. I guess that could be a bird and it just looks spherical, but just wow, look at this crazy scene. Mind-shocking stuff for me. Look at that. Is that cool looking? Okay, here we go. That just looks so fake, friends. It just looks like so, and I don't really mean fake, I just mean it's just like so unreal. It's so unlike anything that I've ever seen in the sky that I'm just having a really difficult time just taking it in. Take out some brightness with that. So I don't know, friends. And then, whoops, then you have this object over here on the side coming into view, which I wasn't watching all that stuff, but thankfully, but just look at the shape of that and check out the, whatever it is, this seeming sphere with some kind of who knows what and another piece of who knows what. I just don't have a clue, friends. But that's just amazing. And the teeny weeny object. That just gets me. Yeah, the mega object. Look at that, there he is. Starting to get darker. A few filters on it as it's changing configuration. And here we have that sort of eye look like I got in the second capture, that you could clearly see in the second capture, that a thing that looked sort of like an eye, and I pointed it out, and it was even that shape, friends. You can go back and watch the video. There's my proof positive right there that this is in fact the same exact object. Not to mention the core of it and all that stuff seen under filters is like the other ones. This. Just mind-blowing stuff, friends. So, okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and flip through and grab the good detail ones. Look at this. Look at all the, look at that stuff, friends. I mean, I could be doing this video for 2 hours. Look at this. How flipping amazing. I mean, what is all this like red stuff? And so, excuse me, if it were some kind of craft, friends, why is it so like, I don't know, like organic looking or, and these things right here, what are these? What are these? If this was just a space object though, it must have other stuff around it with these defined shapes to it. I have no idea what to tell you, friends. Just no idea, other than the most astonishing days ever on planet Earth. And we get to be here. Look at that. It can't be taking too much of your time. I know you guys have more things to do and all that. I wish I could go through this stuff with you slowly. Look at the, oh my gosh, that looks so cool. Wow. Let me take some light and contrast on that. Wow. Whoa. Look at the defined edges on that, friends. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Friends, what? I mean, what? What? Are you kidding me? What in the world could this possibly be? Friends, look at that. Oh my goodness. That is the coolest looking thing. That is just so very, very cool looking and crazy. Oh my gosh, I could keep looking at this object and just this picture, but look here, friends. Look at the detail on that. Here, I'll try not to zoom it up anymore so I don't, oh, this one doesn't have magnifier. I'm on the new computer, so I'll just have to use the zoom up. Look at this. What do you think this could be? Look at the ridges on that. So, okay, well, I could be on each one of these pictures for a very long time, so moving on. Just want to bounce through some of the different stuff here. Look at this. That's just crazy. Not to mention this thing over here. And look at the detailed shape of this bottom of this thing over here. I just noticed for the first time. Wait. Look at this. Detailed. Look at that. That's crazy. Very cool, but just crazy. Look at that, friends. So how each individual object makes its own trail. Look, there's another little one up there too. Right up there. It's like each one of these objects has its own trail. So, okay, moving on. Oh, this object just looks so cool. It almost looks like a old-time space crashed movie, space ship crashed kind of thing. Move it on. Crazy, look at that. Oopsie. There we go. Look at the detail, shapes, and stuff of that. If that was a cloud, I just can't fathom is staying there for so long and then looking like that. Just crazy. Okay, next. Just a little effect from the camera. There we go. And it goes with this. That's what we were just looking at. And check this out, friends. Does that look like a cloud to you? I am so completely serious. I just don't even know what to tell you here, friends. This is globally shocking pictures right here. And I don't mean fearfully. I mean, this is so astonishing and revealing, friends. No matter what it is there. And it is not a cloud. And it certainly isn't an airplane. I cannot even hazard a guess. Just look how tiny my little object, my mega object is. Just look how tiny that is. Oh my goodness. Friends, what do you think about that? Now, I am leaving in the morning for my trip to Arizona, and I'm already exhausted and have 10 tons of stuff to do still, so I probably will not be answering any comments now. I said that last time, but then I ended up staying here longer so I could do the pictures video, but I had to get other things done first. So, but friends, please let me know what you think of this. And whatever comments you make, please don't be cursing. Just say what you have to say and be exact about your feelings without attacking people. We're all experiencing this differently, friends. Do not begrudge other people their experience because you're not experiencing it the way they are. I mean, just look at this crazy, crazy, amazing. There's just no words. There's no words to describe this level of woo-hoo. Just, I mean, where do you even start with something like that, friends? So here we go. And I'm going to just try and hurry in. But look back here. Oh my gosh, there's that other object. Oh my gosh. I did not even realize I caught such a thing. And now here it is again with this. Look at this, friends. I had even already forgotten about it since I started looking at it earlier. Look at whatever that is coming out of that spherical looking thing. Friends, this is why I was saying these pictures are some of the most astonishing I've ever seen in all my time doing YouTube videos. I just cannot get over that. Whatever that is. But look at this thing. Let me shrink that back down so you can get a better view of the whole. I mean, what in the world, friends? Just look at that. It almost looks like it's trailing. Oh, I just don't know, friends, but there's like a whole story in these shots. Here we go again. Look at that. Good land. I guess I cropped it and was showing it closer, but that just... And I got to get going in this video. People don't want them to be long. Okay, so look at this. Does that look like clouds, friends? Honestly, does it? If that looks like a cloud to you, I'm not going to begrudge you your sincere belief, but friends, I have just never seen clouds like this in my entire life. Ever. And my dad taught me to watch the skies when I was very small. Coming from the Arapaho people, these are things that he was taught very young and taught me to watch the skies and to be a part of nature and to keep your heart and mind open to the spirits, you know, the spirit of everything, the all there is, the great spirit even. Look at that astonishing, mind-blowing, crazy, I just don't know what to call it. What do you say to that kind of... I just don't know, friends, but I guess I should move on to the next shot. Okay, so look at that crisp detail here. And I know you've already seen this a zillion times, so I won't keep going at it, but goodness, friends. But do look at this detail of this little this thing right here on the seemingly somewhat looking twisted piece of whatever this is. Again, no clue what it is or what to call it. So, okay, friends, well, I'm just going to go ahead and flip through here real quick. This was after it was too dark to get video. I started taking a couple snapshots as the object began to slowly move up and over. You see earlier where I showed the tree was? In the video I showed where the tree was and that the object was slowly moving up. So now here we are way up here. After we got to a certain point, it's like it slowly appeared to go faster and faster as it rose up higher, and then till it just like went on until it was out of sight and so dark. That was just crazy, and here it is. And see how you can see the star through the outer edges of that? Darn this thing. But look at that, friends. You can actually see the stars through the thinner parts of the outside to tell you for anyone that knows their stars and all that. Here we have the time stamp and date, facing west in Indiana, and you've got the star configurations right there. There's you some good data right there, and you can see, friends, how much larger it was looking just by going up and overhead. So, okay. Well, that's it, friends. I hope you were mind blown as much as I was, and that it was everything I promised, because that was just some crazy, amazing, astonishing stuff. And I do have some other mind blowing things, friends, but I just never did get back to it. But this was pretty crazy, considering I've captured this object 4 times now, and each time it changes configurations, but still, all in all, it is the same object. And I think I've done a pretty good job of proving my case, friends, without being in a court of law, you know. But there's an awful lot of evidence here, so please consider that. Much love to all of you. I hope you have a fantastic night and weekend. And in case I don't get any more videos made or get a chance to be on anymore before when I go on my trip, I'll hopefully see y'all soon. Send me love and prayers and good wishes and all that for my journey, and I'll bring you back every single thing that I find that's amazing, especially, in my personal view. So if I think it's amazing, then there's somebody else out there that will think the same thing. Much love to all of you. Bye for now.